Welcome into the CHGO Bears Podcast on this fine Wednesday in late May in Chicago. Adam Hoge, joined by Mark Carman. Mark, say hello.
Hi, everybody, and hello, Adam. Hi, Nick. Hi, Steven.
And Nicholas Moreano with us as well.
What's up, everybody?
Steven, Nicholas producing. We got a fun show for you today. We are going to crown Calebb Williams the best quarterback in the NFL.
I'm excited. We are doing the QB draft. You can lay that out in further detail after a minute. But, you know, it was amazing, Hoge, as I was telling you before the show. I was reading about all the Super Bowl champions of the last 10 years.
Mm-hmm. You can read?
Every now and then. And it was amazing. Like, they were detailing how they won it and what was the process and the key moments and everything. And every single one of them started talking about how they were so dialed in OTAs. OTAs were the key to how they got over the top.
Yeah,
like for the
makes
Chiefs
sense.
last year, you know, it was just this time period. And by the way, rumors are telling me that yesterday was a big special teams day out there. This is a huge time right now, and if people are sleeping on it, like I was yesterday, I'm now enlightened because of yesterday's show.
Yeah, I can read your sarcasm better than you can actually read. And you're still wrong about this. Just like you're about to be wrong about every one of your picks in this draft that we're about to do.
No, yeah, you're gonna like my picks. I think you're gonna like them.
All right, so here's what if you missed that whole conversation about OTAs and the off-season program, make sure you go back and check out yesterday's episode. We had a lot of fun. I listened to a lot of that episode back on my ride home. It was a good episode. It was fun.
I enjoyed that episode.
I was watching it from home. Good job, you guys.
If you're missing Greg Braggs, we have some big news to share with you in about 15 minutes on where Braggs is going to be tonight.
This is perhaps the greatest night in CHGO Bears history and Bragg's history.
Probably Bragg's history, especially. So we'll tell you about that. So we're doing a draft of because we were talking about this last week, like where PFF had ranked Calebb Williams in terms of starting quarterbacks right now. Mm-hmm. They had him, 19, I think it was?
Let me see.
Somewhere in there, 18, 19.
He was ranked at number 19.
Which is, considering he's never thrown a pass in the NFL, I think a respectful ranking. Mm-hmm. The spin that we're going to take today is essentially if you were starting from scratch right now, every team in the league could redraft their quarterbacks with everything we know now, what they've already done in the league, what they haven't done in the league if they're a rookie, what their contract is, what their contract might not be if they're on a rookie deal. All those things factored in, age, injury history, basically who they are today, but to be your franchise quarterback going forward. How would you draft? What would be the order that you would draft them in? The one caveat that we're going to take off the board right away is Patrick Mahomes is number one. We know that there's no point in any of us wasting a draft pick on him for this exercise. What he's done, what his age still is. Yes, that contract is huge, but every team's taking Patrick Mahomes right now if they could.
No doubt about it. So he's off the board in this, and then it gets really interesting, to be completely honest. At number 2 and then on, so I'm looking forward to see how this goes for all of us.
Yeah, I was hoping that I would have the number 1 pick and that we weren't doing that so I could say Patrick Mahomes and then see which way you guys were going to go after that because it's interesting because there's a lot of factors here. And spoiler alert, Caleb is going to be high up on this list because of the talent, even though he hasn't thrown one. And one of the reasons why we're doing this exercise is to underline how good of a position, in theory, the Bears are in right now?
So I will make the first pick here, which is really the second pick. Mahomes off the board.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to go with the quarterback that I mentioned a couple times as being, when I was evaluating Calebb Williams' tape, and I said, he's the best quarterback I've scouted in the times that I've done this, along with this quarterback, who is now well established in the league as a leader.
Okay.
Ice in his veins all the time.
I think I know
Comes up big. Has been to a Super Bowl already, even though he didn't win it.
That's the big one.
But
I'm surprised you're taking this, but go ahead.
I'm taking Joe Burrow. I just think Joe Burrow is that guy. Despite the injuries last year, I don't see any reason why he can't be recovered from that stuff. And he is, even during the season, the last 2 years, 2 years ago I won money on the Bengals by betting them in the middle of the year, just being like, they're still going to win this division.
Mm-hmm.
Last year, if Burrow hadn't gotten hurt, that would have paid off again because they used a similar strategy. And obviously he got hurt. That's the NFL. That's football. That's gambling. That's what you're going to deal with sometimes. But there's no question in my mind that Joe Burrow, when healthy, is still, in terms of the quarterbacks you trust the most to run your system, to win football games, to going forward at his age, I'm going Joe Burrow after Patrick Mahomes. Any objections?
I think that's the right answer. I mean, if I had your pick in your position, Adam, I would have done the exact same thing.
Steven looks like he's waiting.
I'm going to play devil's advocate here. He's
Okay.
torn his ACL already, right?
He's torn his left ACL, MCL, and PCL.
And last season he broke his wrist. Is that correct?
Last
He had
season,
a torn ligament in his wrist.
he had a
On
right,
his throwing hand.
he had a right wrist scapholate ligament tear surgery.
It doesn't sound good.
Does that concern you at all on his throwing hand, especially?
It does for me.
I mean, it's a thing you have to factor into it, but when he's healthy, if you give Joe Burrow a line, like there's Patrick Mahomes and then there's him.
Look, if I had heard more this offseason about how that's still a concern going forward, then yes, it
True,
would worry
Ed.
me. But I have not heard anyone say this is going to be a long-term problem.
He's had, just to go through his injury history, and obviously the talent is undeniable here, and plus the moxie and everything else he brings to the table. Torn left ACL, MCL, PCL. He had a fractured pinky finger. He had a right knee sprain. This was in 22. He had a left knee sprain, grade 1, not surgery. So that knee was sprained again. He's had an elbow injury. He's had calf strains. He's had a calf re-injury. He's had another finger injury. He's got a right wrist injury. It's all. I can't put him second, and I think he's phenomenal, but he's just not. The durability would not.
He played 16 games in 21 and 22.
I know he's had 2 seasons of 10 games.
Yeah, and both of them were catastrophic injuries. They're not any signs that it's like.
But when you watch him, don't you think he looks like, I don't know, he just doesn't look stable to me. Would you? So right now, Burrow or Caleb? Who you're taking? Burrow?
I just did.
You did.
Yeah.
That's how this works.
I'm trying to talk you out of it.
Who do you got, Carb? You
This
got
is
the
going to
next
take
pick.
3 hours.
Yeah.
At this
That's the
rate.
point. We're not.
It's not the point. You have the next pick.
We got a bunch of picks.
All right.
You sound like you want to take Burrow. Now you're scrambling because I messed
what
with
you
you.
scrambling
That's
for?
what this sounds like.
I see who you're looking. No, I'm just kidding.
No, I'm not. Listen, I think it's a really tough call for me. So I know it's a tough call for me, and I'm not. To be honest, I don't have huge conviction here, but.
This whole thing was his idea, by the way.
Well, because it's just to underline where Caleb is. But I am going.
Nagy in the comments said Carm also looks unstable.
I am unstable, and I'm so happy to be here.
pick
Thank you
major.
very much. You know what? I'm going to roll the dice and roll big, and I'm going to take a guy by the name of C.J. Stroud.
Whoa.
22 years old, taking a Texans team from the bottom into the playoffs. 4,108 yards, 64% completion percentage. You get him on the rookie contract. He was absolutely fantastic. He did have missed a couple games late in the year. But when I factor in the price point and what you have for how long you have it right now moving forward, I'm going to take CJ.
Wow. C.J. Stroud was number 10 on PFF's ranking of current starting quarterbacks. Obviously, we're looking at this differently.
We're talking about the future.
3 years left on the rookie contract.
And
done a lot. I mean, that was a hell of a rookie season, no question about it. And
it's a roll of the dice, but I'm factoring in big the pay and what you've already know you have.
so you're that confident that C.J. Stroud is going to end up being better than Calebb Williams?
He had half the interceptions that Justin had at Ohio State. The ball's coming out. He's making guys better. He's getting huge contracts for receivers out of nowhere because he's making them look so good. If I'm betting on the future and taking everything into what I already know, J Bone Patron, my guy, CJ regression year coming based on what? Like why? That's a good point. So it wasn't an easy call, but that's where I'm going.
Wow.
Okay, Nick, you have the next pick.
I'm going to make this quick. I think, those are two very good quarterbacks, obviously, but I'm going to take the two-time MVP, somebody who can do it in the ground and in the air, and take Lamar Jackson.
Wow.
I'm going to take Lamar Jackson with what technically would be the 4th overall pick after Patrick Mahomes, but you give me that dual threat capability. I'm going to, with my offense I'm going to build an offense, obviously cater to him, give him some actual playmakers, because for, I think, a long time with Lamar Jackson, he just hasn't had a true number one wide receiver. He has Mark Andrews, who's hurt majority of last season, but the guy can get it done. And I know, even I guess there's this stigma where running quarterbacks, you need to be more maybe cerebral in the pocket to get to the big game, but I think Lamar Jackson can do it all. And in terms of building a franchise around, that's a guy that I would take in a heartbeat.
So you're telling me, I know that I'm doing this exercise again, Hogan. I'm going to get yelled at in a second. You're telling me if the Ravens offer you Lamar Jackson right now for Calebb Williams, you'd make that trade?
Right now, I would.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So, and that, you know what? I
would not.
Yeah.
This is going to get really tough down the road, but
Well, we're kind of in that area where I think you seriously start considering Calebb Williams. And I was struggling with Lamar. I was struggling with this guy. I'm actually very happy you took Lamar, so I don't have to worry about it here. Because the next guy I probably would have taken just barely over Lamar, but we're talking about somebody who's now been in the league for 6 years, stays healthy. Because the thing with Lamar is still I worry long term.
Yeah.
I still do, even though the guy continues to prove us wrong for the most part. Not another MVP season last year. You can't quibble with that. But this guy's been healthy. He over 4,000 yards the last 4 years. The only thing you quibble with a little bit is the interceptions, the amount of interceptions he throws, but the touchdowns, the big time plays, the leadership, everything else you love. And I could not justify at this point taking Calebb Williams over Josh Allen. So Josh Allen is my pick here, which would be number 5 now on this list. I don't know how you would pass on Josh Allen, considering what he can do and is still going into his age 28 season in the league.
So that was my debate with CJ and Allen.
Yeah.
4 4,000-yard seasons, 4 seasons, 29 touchdowns or more. The elite physical plus the run, the throw. That was my biggest debate right there. I like that pick. I don't.
That's the guy I was debating with right there. It was either Josh or Lamar, and can you go wrong? I mean,
I'll say this about Josh Allen. I think he's the best dual threat quarterback in the NFL.
okay.
Yeah.
Lamar Jackson is so much better at running, but not so good at passing. Patrick Mahomes is so much better at passing, but he's not as good at running. For me, Josh Allen is like that perfect dual threat quarterback, and durable too.
Yeah.
The only thing with Josh is he does have those turnovers. What was it, 19 interceptions last season? So it's the highest of his career, actually, being his latest season. But the dude just makes so many plays. He gives the Bills obviously a way better chance with him than obviously without. But it's the turnovers that kind of weighed my decision with Lamar over him.
And honestly, and I see some people in the comments, and I don't. I like Gritty right there. Thank you, Hoge, but I'd trade the Burrow pick for Allen pick. I get that. I was right there too, kind of debating between the two, and that word trust I brought up is why I go with Joe Burrow just slightly, because his interception percentage is just lower. But if you like Josh Allen's style and how big he is, and the durability is certainly checked on Allen's side over Burrow at this point, like I get it. I think you can go either way on that. But I think in general it's hard for me to pick Calebb Williams over any of these guys that we've gone so far. I think you could make an argument still for C.J. Stroud because the sample size is so small, and I come back to, that on mainly because my evaluation on C.J. Stroud coming out is just still so fresh, and based on their college tape alone, I would have Calebb Williams ahead as the better prospect. Mm-hmm. But C.J. Stroud's got Rookie of the Year on there, and so you want to pick him ahead of Caleb. I certainly understand it. One thing you definitely should pick, though, is Prize Picks. When you're making picks, you go to Prize Picks. That's
damn right.
That's where you make your picks. Because Prize Picks is America's #1 fantasy sports app with more than 5 million members. It is the most fun and exciting way to get in on the action while you watch your favorite sports and players. You just pick more or less on 2 or more player stats for a shot to win up to 100 times your cash. So with Prize Picks, you could turn $10 into $1,000 in a single game. Watching your favorite sports this summer, you can make a Prize Picks lineup in as little as 30 seconds, and you just need to pick, again, more or less on a 2 to 6 player stat projections, and you're locked in. So you pick those stat projections, you pick more or less on them, you're locked in, ready to go. The more you pick, the greater your multiplication on your winnings would
You're doing
be.
a great job.
Yeah, thank you.
Absolutely.
And if you're looking for promotions, Prize Picks has got you covered every week, from lowering select player stats projections on Tuesdays, which increases your chance of getting a win, to getting your entry fees back if you have a losing lineup on Fridays. So depending on what day of the week it is, you get a nice little promotion there with Prize Picks as well. Download the app today. Use code CHGO for a first deposit match up to $100. Again, that's code CHGO for first deposit match up to $100. Prize Picks. Pick more, pick less. It is that easy.
And it is grilling season. Get your pork. People are active, like the great Greg Braggs, who we'll be talking about in a minute, need more protein than the average American. In fact, the Academy of Nutrition and Dietetics, Dietitians of Canada, and the American College of Sports Medicine, they recommend 1.2 to 2.0 grams of protein per kilogram of body weight per day for athletes. I know that's a lot of math for you, but look, for a 150-pound person, that's about 81 to 136 grams of protein per day. Bottom line, you need your protein, and 1 3-ounce serving of pork provides 23 Michael Jordan-esque grams of high-quality protein that can help active individuals build and preserve muscle. Elevate your protein game with lean pork. It's a powerhouse of natural goodness. Savor the flavor, savor the gains, and celebrate any occasion by enjoying the best pork produced by Illinois pig farmers. From your sausage and bacon for breakfast to the pulled pork or juicy chops, hot off the grill, cooked meticulously by Adam Hoge, our grill master. It's an entire season dedicated to pork and the people behind the product. This is paid for by the Illinois pork producers. Generations of commitment. $20 super chat, by the way, from Chubbs82. Mahomes has the least air yards and the most yak yards 2 years in a row. Burrow is better. He's throwing 20 yards in routes. All 4,000 seasons aren't the same. Can't wait for my Mahomes to not have Kelsey or Reed. Exposed is coming. That is the most bold take by anyone in the history of super chatting, Chubbs82. But you went $20 and we got you in there. And I don't know if anyone disagrees, but I do.
Look, he's thinking and dunking, I guess. So he's basically saying it's working. He's making the right decisions. You have to make split-second decisions in an offense, and maybe Joe Burrow has more air yards, but we got to take away this negative connotation with shorter passes. Shorter passes might be the answer. Yes, you need to, also have the long ball in your offense, but yeah, I'm not going to debate anybody better than Patrick Mahomes. Just not going to do it.
Chubbs, I love you. I love your super chat. Thank you for the $20. That's the last time we're ever going to have that conversation on this show.
That is so rude to Chubbs. Chubbs is going deep.
Chubbs can keep giving us super chats like that. I'm okay with that. You spent $100 to tell me Patrick Mahomes sucks. That's fine. We accept that here. We're not going to talk. We're not going to let it derail the show.
Your pick, Mark?
It's idiotic.
Do we want to recap the top 5 real quick?
Yeah, let's and we also have to tell people where Braggs is going to be tonight.
Yes.
This is big. This is big.
This is big.
It's real time. It's big time and it's real time because it's at Real Time Sports in Elk Grove Village tonight. So we have our CHGO Cubs watch party going on tonight. I almost wore my Brewer stuff today. No, I'm not going to be that guy. I'm not going to be that guy. Not going to be that guy.
You can.
Not going to be that guy.
Go ahead. But, the Cubbies came back rolling last night. 6-3 winners, buddy.
I know. Well, come out tonight. It's going to be a lot of fun. Hang out with the CHGO Cubs crew. But Braggs is going to be there, too, with a special Bears After Dark starting at 5:45, leading up into this game. Real Time Sports Bar in Elk Grove Village. I've been to that place a lot. Back in, it's a popular place for the Score to go, and so we used to have a lot of remotes out there. Boers and Bernstein shows, things like that. It's a great venue for shows like this and watch parties, tons of TVs, a lot of fun people to hang out with. So come out, hang out with Braggs tonight. It's weird. We didn't get invited.
No invite.
So this is a Braggs special. I'm thinking about, I assume we're still allowed to come and hang out. I would think so. It seems like it's a public event.
True.
If we're inviting people here on YouTube to show up.
My understanding, though, at 5:45, there will only be one microphone set up.
Yes. So we might come and just watch the show with you guys. I don't know.
And heckle.
From the back. Hey, Braggs.
They allow, yeah. Okay.
Here's what we got so far in the draft as we keep this thing rolling. Patrick Mahomes, Joe Burrow, C.J. Stroud, Lamar Jackson, and Josh Allen. Again, if you're just joining us, this is like a redraft for if you're starting over at the quarterback position. Who's the guy you are leaning with everything we know at this point? You got to take on their contract. You got to take on their experience or lack thereof. Just whatever they are right now, age, injuries, what they've accomplished, Super Bowl rings, everything you have. We're trying to figure out where Calebb Williams would really come in this discussion. And so my last pick was Josh Allen. I believe, Carm, it is your selection.
Ooh,
yeah, and Brittany, you're in Arizona, so you're 2 hours behind us. So 3:45, you can watch Braggs live. All right, we're in the Caleb zone. I want to take him here, but I'm not going to pass on the 26-year-old who has thrown for over 5,000 yards once and has thrown for over 4,000 yards twice and has a cannon and is a kingpin and killed the Bears. I literally think the franchise died. But 114 touchdowns, 42 interceptions. Justin Herbert, come on down. You are, I think, an obvious pick at this point. And you also, not that it has anything to do with drafting you here, but I think he's in a pretty good situation with Sir Harbaugh. But he's only 26, and the skill set is ridiculous. And I'm tempted to take Caleb here, but I'm going to take Justin Herbert.
I got no argument there. I've been watching a lot of Justin Herbert film because the latest Die Hard content, Keenan Allen and the NFC North Film Review Part 2 just dropped for exclusive Die Hard, so go check that out.
Whoa!
And look, Justin Herbert was throwing the ball on the money. Keenan Allen played a big game against the Detroit Lions. Go check it out. So I like your pick there, Mark, but I think this is it.
Is this it?
I think this is happening.
Let me just detail.
Yeah.
You got Jordan Love.
Yep.
25 years old, 1 season of playing, 4,159 yards, 32 touchdowns. You got Brock Purdy. 24 years old.
Yep.
44 touchdowns, 15 picks. Trevor Lawrence is 24. I know people are going to push back on that, but
remember the stat I sent in the chat yesterday? I think Gardner Minshew has better stats than Trevor Lawrence in 2 full seasons starting.
Okay.
Crazy. Dak Prescott. I mean, there's a lot of capable guys and maybe older guys here too, but this would be the 7th overall pick, correct? Or
that's correct. Number 7.
We are taking Calebb Williams in this draft. Again, redraft. We're going for the future here, knowing what we know, and there's still a lot of, I guess, unknowns with Calebb Williams because he hasn't thrown a pass in the NFL, right? But I'm looking at my options here. Yes, I can go maybe, if I wanted to go with Jordan Love and be crucified on the Bears podcast, I could have done that. Not happening. But I'm going to go with Calebb Williams, the potential he has, the offense he's going to be in 2024. Obviously, all these are projections. We haven't seen it, but given what he did at USC, given what he can do in the NFL, what I think a lot of people are thinking he can do, I'm taking Calebb Williams right here ahead of some of those very capable guys, and he's going to go right after Justin Herbert. Am I crazy or
No, I think this is the right spot. I think an argument can be made to take Caleb ahead of Herbert, as crazy as that sounds, because Herbert hasn't really delivered with the winning yet. I don't think all that's on him, but he is a 500 quarterback until he can shed that stigma, and maybe Harbaugh will be the guy to help that, even though they took away all his weapons. So I think this is the right spot. I think this is where he should be. Now, the next maybe handful of guys, you can make an argument, and I think there would be some GMs in the league who would make an argument that they would take these guys over
for sure. Yeah.
Calebb Williams based on what they've already done in the league. Yes, Carm?
Well, I just want to have the conversation this way. Do you think that if the Bears called up the Niners right now, hey, we got this Calebb Williams guy, we want Brock Purdy, you think the Niners do it? Do you think if you called up the Packers right now and said, hey, Caleb for Jordan, you think they do it? I don't know.
Not Jordan.
Honestly.
I think Brock would be interesting.
I think Kyle Shanahan would do that.
Yeah.
I think Kyle Shanahan would take Calebb Williams.
Quick release.
Brock Purdy to me is just like such a system quarterback. We saw Jimmy Garoppolo be successful in the same system. I think Calebb Williams is more talented.
I think they do it, but I think I'm not 100% certain.
I don't know about Jordan Love though. I don't know if the Packers are like, give me Caleb right
this
here.
This is
right
where
now.
this gets interesting to me because and I can already see it happening in the chat. The contract matters a lot. We've already seen this game get played all over the league. All over the league. I was listening to an interview yesterday that Robert Mays did with Brandon Beane, the Bills general manager, on the Athletic Football Show. And he's got his guy. He's got Josh Allen, and he's got that huge contract. And they've had to retool their roster this year and shed some of these guys because of the salary cap situation. Now, they have that guy. So the Bills would be a team where if you called Brandon Beane and said, hey, we'll give you Calebb Williams, start over on the rookie contract, but you have to give us Josh Allen, they'd laugh in your face. Mm-hmm. I don't think the 49ers are that way, though. I think that they would love to start over with Calebb Williams instead of having to pay Brock Purdy, which is they're going to have to do here.
That's
relatively
a huge
soon.
Question. Yeah,
part of why they're having the success they are with Brock Purdy is because he is on that rookie contract. So once you pay a guy like that, you better hope it's the right guy. Now I'm not trying to take away anything what Brock Purdy is, but to me that's a much riskier entity once you pay him a lot of money. And then you have to take some of those pieces away from him. Can he still elevate to that level?
Fair.
I don't know.
It's fair.
Jordan Love is a different conversation to me because I don't have the specifics of his contract right in front of me right now.
$12.7 million. It's the last year of his deal.
Yeah, they
He's
had
about to get paid.
They basically had to play a game with the fifth-year option and pay him out a little bit, but he is going to then get paid massive amounts. So for this year, on the $12 million or whatever, hell yeah, you love that number.
Mm-hmm.
But again, it becomes okay. Matt LaFleur, Brian Gutekunst, you're gonna bet all the way in on Jordan Love, what you've seen from him, which was very impressive
season.
last year.
Yeah.
Or would you rather start over with a talent like Calebb Williams? And man, I don't know. That's tough because it also in their cases they drafted Jordan Love. Like they clearly believe in them.
Well, did you see what Mike Garafolo said in regards to Jordan Love's next contract? This was just, I think, the last day. So this is a really timely discussion. He expects it to enter the Joe Burrow range of like $55 million annually.
Yeah.
If I'm picking between Calebb Williams on a rookie contract or $55 million a year of Jordan Love, that's a pretty easy decision for me.
That's why I think we got this right. I think this is the one spot in this ranking where it'll certainly ruffle some feathers, and I can't wait to see the hate tweets from Packer Nation later today. That'll be a lot of fun.
Stay away, Packer fans.
You take the contracts out of this, I probably have to go Jordan Love. You know, as hard as that. I don't know.
Really well last year, man.
I think there is even an argument there that that Caleb would still be the guy you take. But I think once you throw the contracts in, you do have to go Caleb Williams. And I actually don't even think it's that close.
Well, I also think about it this way. Put Caleb Williams with Matt LaFleur in that offense. Can he do what Jordan Love did? With that one season of actual experience. Can he do that? I would think he could, just because of who Caleb Williams is and what he did in college and how it can translate. So I also think of it that way, but I get it. It's a tough conversation.
You gotta. I mean, look, the Packers are in a good spot as far as the Bears are concerned that they need to pay Jordan now. But if you talk about an apprenticeship, say what you want about Aaron Rodgers, but getting to sit behind that dude for 3 years
that's a good point.
and learn the game, and then you come in after processing all that, chomping at the bit, and then you throw for 4,159 yards with 32 touchdowns.
That's why I think this comment from Ed, I don't want it to go off the screen yet, is correct. I can see a case for a neutral general manager taking Caleb over Love and Purdy, but I think for the GMs who drafted those guys, they're going to go to overvalue their own guy. That's just natural. Now, I do think there's a difference between those two in those two situations. One is a first-round pick that got drafted with Aaron Rodgers still on the roster. That was a gutsy pick. The other one was the luckiest pick maybe of all time with Brock Purdy being Mr. Relevant and somehow bailing them out of trading up for Trey Lance in what should have been an absolute disaster. And all the credit in the world for Brock Purdy. But in those two situations, it's a lot easier to say goodbye to Brock Purdy than it is, to your point, Carm, what you put on the line for Jordan Love, then had to say goodbye to Aaron Rodgers out of all that, to then flip and just be like, a year later, we're going to take Caleb Williams. Like, I don't think the Packers would do that. I do think a neutral GM in this situation, where you don't have all that baggage or history with the guy, I think the rookie contract of Caleb Williams versus paying Jordan Love $55 million a year, I think you got to go Caleb.
Yeah, I wouldn't disagree with that, but another reminder on Love, and I don't want to make this a love fest, but look, their leading receiver last year was anybody know? Jaden Reed with 793 yards.
Then, I remember him.
Yeah, and then
I wanted the Bears to draft him.
He was good.
Yeah, well,
good Senior Bowl guy.
That's not marquee guy in the league. Then Romeo Doubs, 674. Then Dontavian Wicks. Christian Watson was on the field for 9 games last year. He had 28 catches at 422 yards. My point being, obviously, that he wasn't throwing to Justin Jefferson. The guy, you got to give the dude deserves his props. He deserves all his flowers.
He had an awesome season last
year.
For
the record, in this in the PFF current quarterback rankings, they have Jordan Love 11 at the top of tier 4 of the melting pot of starters. And this is actually at the end of that tier is where Caleb Williams was at 19. So I think this is the kind of the group of players, as I was talking about,
spot. Yeah,
you can make some arguments based on the situations what they would do. In the meantime, there's no argument about how awesome whirly ball is. If you've never tried whirly ball, you're missing out, and you need to go there, like tonight, after you hang out with Braggs.
You should make Braggs go to whirly ball, put him in a car, and watch him be unathletic like he is. Then you get to wail on him. It's a great idea.
So maybe whirly ball's tomorrow night, because tonight you want to hang out with the CHGO Cubs team. But
that's true.
Whirly ball any other night. It's a combination of basketball, lacrosse, and hockey, all while being in a bumper car. Think about all that. It's so much fun. It's the most fun you can have going 4 miles per hour. And the Bucktown location is 3 whirly ball courts, 12 bowling lanes with lane side service, so you don't have to run and go get your own drinks while you're trying to play. They have a 2-story laser tag arena, a private event space, and 45,000 square feet of fun. It's a big place, 32 craft beer taps, craft cocktails, and upscale bar food. Booking with Whirly Ball is as easy as an intentional walk. Just go to whirlyball.com/CHGO and click book now. It's also a location up in Vernon Hills, and you can purchase an hour of Whirly Ball and get 30 minutes of bowling for free. You must book with a private event to redeem. Book now. Again, go to whirlyball.com/CHGO.
Check out Whirly Ball, and then you got to check out Butcher Box. Peace of mind is what you get when you looking to butcher box, easy find, high quality meat and seafood you can trust. 100% grass-fed beef, free range orange chicken, pork raised crate free, and wild caught seafood, humanely raised, no antibiotics or added hormones, and comes in the ultimate convenience, delivered right to your doorstep, free shipping as always, curated to customize box plans. Also has incredible value, a variety of high quality cuts, added amazing value, exclusive member deals, recipe inspiration, guides, tips, and hacks. I'm still going through all the great products I have in my butcher box. That's kind of what you get when you get one of these great boxes shipped right to your door. And, again, it is convenient. Whenever you're thinking, like, what should I make on Memorial Day weekend? If you have a butcher's box, there's so many options right for you. And, of course, you can get in on the action and get your own butcher box because it's offering listeners an amazing offer where new users, they get free meat plus $20 off your first box. Join today using our link, butcherbox.com/CHGO, and use the code CHGO to receive this exclusive offer today before time runs out.
All right, I just want to reset the criteria of what we're doing here because I can
thank you, because people are
chat
a little confused.
Well, it's not surprising, but it's actually very simple. We are not ranking these quarterbacks as of
next season,
what they are right now. We are asking the question, and you can even think, if it helps you like this, to think about it this way. If you were Ryan Poles and you could draft any quarterback in the league right now to be the Bears starting quarterback, think about it that way, who would you pick?
And we're including their contracts and their age.
But you could draft Mahomes right now with his contract.
And you would take him number one.
Every team would, yeah.
So to recap, we have Patrick Mahomes, we have Joe Burrow, C.J. Stroud, which is maybe the boldest pick of all, I feel like. Lamar Jackson, 2-time MVP at number 4. Josh Allen, Justin Herbert, and then we got to Calebb Williams at number 7. So essentially, we're saying that all things included, you would take those 6 guys before you get to Calebb Williams. Then we got into a little bit of a debate about Jordan Love. I guess I never actually made that pick because that was my spot to make the pick, but I was talking about Jordan Love because that's probably where I would put Jordan Love in this, right behind Calebb Williams at pick number 8. So that brings us to number 9, Mark Carman.
Oh, boy.
So, well, we just talked about him a ton, and I'm going to take him at 9. And it is the 25-year-old who made me sick in week 1 last year, where he stood around and all of a sudden was flicking it and just seemed like he had been out there for a decade, when it was really his first time in a position to lead a team. But 4,159 yards, 32 touchdowns, 11 interceptions, completion percentage of 64. And to me, the moxie just stands out. And I've seen a bunch of people in the chat saying, like, A, he's got to do more, but B, I hate it that I like him. But I will take Jordan Love. And
Mark. So Adam just went before you, and I knew this was going to happen. But he did take Jordan Love. Already.
In the commercial break that you just finished?
No, just after
before the commercial break?
After the commercial break.
After the commercial break. Oh, after the commercial break? Shortest. How come he didn't underline it longer?
Because we already talked about it before the commercial break.
Now that sucks. All right, well,
I kind of knew.
Hoge left the show, and he's coming back with a cocky stick.
It's a big stick.
I was doing research.
I might use this.
I was doing research.
If I hold this the whole show, will it get you to focus more?
Slap right on like the ankle.
Maybe.
Oh,
next time you do that,
so
you're
bad.
Smacked.
I can't believe that just happened.
So Jordan Love is off the board.
HR. Okay. Now it makes it an even tougher call.
So Carm's that guy in your fantasy draft.
Yes, I am.
Yeah.
Yes, I am. All right.
You should forfeit your pick.
That's.
Oh yeah, there should be a clock.
No, we can't do that.
Yep.
Oh please, beat Carm.
I hate this position. All right. Well,
this would be the 9th overall pick.
I got it. Can I see the board, please? Let me see that board.
Remember that link I sent you in Slack?
No, I got the link. Pop up the board there.
So here's the top 7. Then Jordan Love, just to reiterate, was drafted number 8.
No, not on the board. That wasn't taken. I fight back. All right. I hate that you just did that. Okay. I will. Look,
Do you want me to give you some options?
No, I don't need options. I've got all the options. I'm not really super excited about any of them.
God, this does get tough though. It gets really tough.
So I am tempted to.
I'm leaving at 1 regardless.
Yeah, no, that's great. All things considered, you know what? I'll roll the dice on him. I'm gonna believe in you, 24-year-old Brock Purdy. I'm gonna believe. Yep. I will take the Purdy. I will take his 4,280 yards. I will take his 69% completion percentage. I will take his 44 touchdowns. I will take his 15 interceptions. I will believe in him to levels that, for whatever reason, nobody else does because he was the last guy taken. I'm not going to talk myself into Dak Prescott, Jared Goff. I'm just not going to do it. Give me Purdy and give me love, and I will.
You need some love,
and I do. Well, sure, we all need love, but I'll take Brock Purdy.
Okay. I don't know if this.
There's a big name missing here still. I'm surprised you didn't go with it, Carm.
I wonder if this is going to be the guy right here with the 10th overall pick in the quarterback draft. I'm going to take Trevor Lawrence as the guy right here. I don't think that was the guy.
That was not the guy I was thinking of.
Okay.
I think I know who you're talking about.
You do.
Uh-oh. Did I miss somebody? But I'm going to go with Trevor Lawrence here, and this is the guy that had to survive Urban Meyer. We remember that? That was a terrible situation. The guy was crazy. Trevor Lawrence threw for over 4,000 yards, 21 touchdowns, 14 interceptions. Not a fan of that number, but I think there's still more that we need to see from Lawrence, obviously. But if I'm, again, projecting, wanting to build a team around a guy, I think he does have the physical makeup that you like out of a franchise quarterback. We're going to see him in London as Calebb Williams beats him, so that's why Calebb Williams went before him. But I'm going to make this quick. 10th overall pick, Trevor Lawrence.
All right.
I assume that Steven's talking about Tua.
No, you guys are all missing.
I'm not. I'm really surprised no one's got
he's
him.
also been to a Super Bowl very recently and has...
Okay, I know who you're going.
Is a dual threat quarterback who had a down year last year compared to certainly the year before when they went to the Super Bowl. I would like to say though, I think we're getting closer to Drake May territory here too.
I was debating that in my head too.
Just like with Calebb Williams, I think you have to start factoring in the benefits of starting over.
Jaden Daniels.
But now this is a guy you're talking about.
Bagent?
Big contract. And sort of being on that fringe of, do you really love paying that guy this much? Is he going to be able to carry the whole team when he's not on that rookie contract? But I do think you have to put him in here at this point. That is Jalen Hurts, the quarterback of the Philadelphia Eagles, who has been proven to be a winner. Last year was a roller coaster season for a lot of that Eagles franchise. That was not all Jalen Hurts' fault. Wasn't his best year, but I still think you got to put him in here. I would have put him ahead of Brock Purdy still and Trevor Lawrence, but I think this is where Jalen Hurts fits.
I question
great
him
offensive
as a
line,
passer.
Great defense.
I question him as a passer, but yeah, you can't argue with what he's done so far, the adversity he's faced, and then where he's ultimately been. So I like it.
Again, the underlining here is that the Bears are in a lovely position in a rookie quarterback who undoubtedly, if you open it up right now in the NFL, you can quibble on 7, but he's definitely going in the top 10. There's no argument about that. So, no?
Oh, no. Sorry. Looking at quarterback
You're
options
debating?
for my guy next. Debating.
Yeah. So here's where it gets a little tricky. And I don't even want to do this one either, but the dude's only 29 years old. A former number 1 draft pick. He's on the verge.
Oh, I know where you're going with this.
He's in a pretty good situation, which is irrelevant to this argument. But, like, if I'm debating Dak and I'm debating Tua and I'm debating Jared Goff, I think I'm taking Jared Goff.
Face. That was a very you said that with so much
think I
conviction.
am.
I believe you.
Okay.
I feel nauseous. Like it's just so unenthused. It's like, I mean, it's in essence like, you know, you're in the bar late at night and you're 21 and these are the best options available. But they are available and they're willing despite your pathetic 21 loserness, and you're going to say yes. And right now I'm saying yes to Jared Goff because, you know, I got to, you know, I've got needs and I need a quarterback. Let's go.
Okay. Look, Jared Goff is putting up numbers. Very productive quarterback. Look, real quickly, Matthew Stafford died, ? He did not die, but you got to think of it long. It's not just
He's
past
old,
his
man.
season. He's older. But again, if you wanted to win maybe in 2024,
People are struggling with that concept.
yeah, you can make that argument.
Yeah.
Um,
We are
just
not
a reminder
drafting for this season.
Jared Goff has been over 3,800 yards 7 times in his career. And he had 4,575 last year. 30 touchdowns, 12 interceptions.
How old is he again?
He's 29.
Yeah.
All right.
He's
He'll
not
be-
that much
he'll be-
older than
he'll
he's
be-
still not that much older than Josh Allen.
Yeah.
He'll be 30 years old next October.
All right, guys. We're doing this. We are going. This is gonna kill me. You know, I like our guys at PHNX, and I like
Wow.
what potentially is still left in the little quarterback in Arizona. Taking Kyler Murray here after Jared Goff. Completely different game from Goff, but he does provide that dual threat capability. I think we haven't. I mean, 2023 would not be a good season to look at because of the injuries and things like that. But if you gave him, let's say he was in the Bears situation, would he be productive? I think so. I'm gonna go here, roll the dice a little bit, and go with Kyler Murray. I don't even remember what pick we're at right now, but taking Murray here,
13th overall.
13th overall.
Big Cram Super Chat $9.99. Got to hit some 4s to appreciate some 9s. Carm. Thank you, Big Cram. Big Cram.
Hey, you know.
Big Cram, what do I got to pay you to get rid of that avatar? I was looking at myself in the mirror today, and it looked like that. So it was a rough morning.
He's using that avatar to pay us.
That's true.
Don't make it go away.
He can use another avatar and still pass. He's Big Cram. Thank you, Big Cram.
All right, so we've definitely gone through a couple guys here that I don't know if I could. I'm starting to come around on Jared Goff a little bit. Mm-hmm. I don't know if I had the option of starting over with a rookie contract or dealing with these quarterbacks on a massive deal, because that's the territory we're in with Jared Goff. We just got plus $50 million a year. Kyler Murray
got paid. Yeah.
getting paid too.
Did not like that pick.
There's the next guy that's probably in this category but hasn't been paid yet is Tua.
That's correct.
And I'm just not
No, I don't hate him, but
I'm not comfortable doing it. So this is where I'm going to step in here and make the Drake May pick. Because
these guys like Dak
I
Prescott
forget,
out
how
there.
much further did you have Daniels behind May? Like, was it was significant, like 9th or something like that?
Jaden Daniels?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I had May still, I think, in my top 5 when it was all said and done. And I mean, I could look it up. And then Daniels was down in the 20s.
Yep.
Behind J.J. McCarthy, actually. So, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and do it.
Put it in there. Drake.
Would you rather pay Tua or draft Drake May?
I do not believe in Tua. So I go May.
Because that's the area we're in. You're going to roll with Geno Smith,
Dak
Kirk
Prescott.
Cousins, in that massive contract?
No, I'm taking Dak. That's where I would go. He's 30.
This is your official pick, Mark?
yeah,
After Tua,
yeah.
Dak.
Okay. You know what?
Yeah.
That's what I would
I think
do.
you can justify Dak.
I look. I mean, again, we're in the mid areas here, but you know, Dak. I mean, last year Dak's completion percentage was 69.5. Dak threw for 4,516 yards. Dak had 36 touchdowns and 9 interceptions. I mean, he ain't showing any age. 2 years ago, before he played all 16 games. He had 37 touchdowns and 10 interceptions. Now you got to pay him, but I think that you're getting a solid performer at QB if you have enough around him that you're going to have a chance to do something. So I guess I'm going to take Dak Prescott here and pay him the money.
I'm glad you did, because I went into this exercise saying I will not pick Dak no matter what. And good, he is out of my – I can't – it's not even an option for me. But who is an option, though, and this is going to ruffle some feathers here, I think. We're going to go to a second-year quarterback who's showing a lot of potential until some injuries really derailed his season. Going with Anthony Richardson.
Okay.
Right here after Dak Prescott. He was really, really productive in the 5 games that he played last season. On the ground, through the air, gave the Colts some life until it ultimately died. But going with Anthony Richardson right here.
That is frighteningly aggressive, and I like it. Because that dude barely played in college, got hurt, elite athletically, might lead the league. I mean, could lead all quarterbacks in rushing yards this year. But okay, big move.
Yeah.
Nick's swinging big today.
I'm swinging.
You know what I admittedly wish I had in front of me right now that I can't find? Was my rankings from last week of the first and second year quarterbacks.
Oh, yeah, that would be good.
Because now I'm confused on. I know it went Stroud, Williams, May.
Where's Bryce Young? Bryce Young was.
That's why I'm getting at.
I could find this real quick.
With Bryce, we didn't make a graphic out of it, did we?
I think I did.
Okay, well, give me a second on that because I need that in front of me if we can find it. I'm not sure we ever made a graphic though. So regardless, we are now in the category. Players off the PFF list of current starters that have not been drafted yet here include Kirk Cousins at number 15. Mm-hmm. Geno Smith. Baker Mayfield. Derek Carr. Russell Wilson. Deshaun Watson. Like, are you taking any of those guys over one of these young quarterbacks who are still year 1, year 2?
Those sound like terrible options.
I don't know, but again, did you say Derek Carr?
Who's 5? Steven, who's 5?
You had Jaden Daniels as number 5 last week, and then Anthony Richardson was your number 6.
Okay, and I had JJ actually 4th.
Yeah, that's your bold.
No, yeah, but I still. But if you're putting me in a position here where I have to start drafting rookies over, remember we're starting over here. We're not.
Mm-hmm. It's getting less exciting.
You're saying the options.
Yes.
Yes, we're now.
The show's just getting more exciting by the minute.
What's the rate? What's the? Are we at the 4s now? 4.5s?
Oh, late night bar.
Maybe a 5.
All right, so the question here, based on my rankings from last week, am I taking J.J. McCarthy over Kirk Cousins? Well, the Vikings.
You're definitely.
They did.
I think you are.
Kirk Cousins, Geno. This is the exercise. Geno Smith, Baker.
Do you
gonna pay all these guys?
Deshaun Watson.
No.
You know what?
I'm taking the rookie. I'm sorry. I'm doing it. I'm going J.J. McCarthy here.
Bryce Young.
Well, that I can't. No, I did that last week. Okay. I already have J.J.
Okay.
And
Will Levis
and Jaden Daniels over Bryce Young.
Okay. I don't mind the play. I think it's the right play, honestly.
Okay. Well, now it's your pick. So now it's your hard
decision
to make.
Tough call right now. But
Bajan's still available.
I do love him, but you're telling me that I can take the number 2 overall pick in the draft. I think I'm gonna roll the dice on the little guy, and believe in what some people have him above Caleb. So I think I take the big swing here, and I'll take Jaden Daniels.
Okay.
and
Can't do that.
and hope that I will be proven to be a genius, which, I mean, it is frightening how many times I have been. But let's go with Jaden. Let's go, baby. You're my guy.
Stressing out over here. Okay. I don't like any of those options that middle tier Geno with. Don't like any of those guys. Derek Carr can get out of here. So can Russell Wilson. Sean Watson, that contract is insane. There is a 36-year-old quarterback who can still sling it. This might be nuts. It might be nuts, but he can still sling it at maybe get him to 40. And you win a Super Bowl in that time span, maybe. All right. Come on down. Matthew Stafford. I just busted open this draft by drafting a 36-year-old quarterback.
Yeah, that's
it's ballsy. But if you're looking for, you're building around a guy can keep him upright. He can still sling it. Can you win within the first 2 or 3 years? I think so. Come on, Stafford.
We're also in the when do you take Justin Fields?
Fields getting a lot
territory.
lot of run in the comments right now.
But I don't know if this this draft will go viral enough to reach the great area of South Florida. But just in case it does,
Oh, yeah.
there's be a lot of mad Dolphins fans at us. Much like there'll be a lot of mad Cowboys fans at us probably. But just if those people exist, do not come at me. Come at these guys. I am the one picking Tua Tagovailoa. So
Hey, you got Dak, too.
So Tua comes in.
Good luck with that contract.
Wouldn't you rather have Tua at his age?
I would.
See that? Yeah,
And-
see, that's the thing.
I would.
And over Stafford? I would have probably taken Tua right after JJ before Jaden. But
Really?
this is getting hard.
This exercise
This is making me
is
feel good about
hurting.
the Bears having Caleb Williams.
Yeah.
That's the point of all this.
Stressing out over here.
All right, number 20 now.
God, we still have
So, at the risk of getting yelled at by myself, I'm not worried about anybody else. I'm debating Michael Penix Jr. and Sam freaking Howell.
Oh, no.
I mean, Sam Howell threw for 3,900 yards last year.
You're debating 2 backups.
Correct.
Wow.
But no, you don't know that Penix is a backup. You don't know
I do know that.
You know that.
Yeah.
Okay, well, Steven knows that. I don't know that.
You don't pay Kirk Cousins that much and say, all right, ride the bench.
Carm, you don't have to go to Sam Howell yet.
You got
Dude,
your guy
Sam
Derek.
Howell's 23 years old.
You got Derek Carr.
He's got a near 4,000 yard season. We never have that one. We never had that in a Bears
Ridiculous.
uniform.
At least take Bryce Young before Sam Howell.
You sure about that one?
I'm not sure, but I know that Sam Howell's already on his second team.
Oh, no.
The Wolfman Jack just come out.
I don't mind.
Pre-show conversation.
I'm debating Gardner Minshew because you
Did
get.
you just howl at me? You just howled at me.
I mean, there's good reason for that today. So, all right. I don't even know when Michael Penix is going to play, but
I'm not even kidding. I might take Tyson Bagent over Sam Howell.
that's the stupidest thing that anyone said on the show in a while. The dude threw for 4,000 yards. And I know Jordan Arrow Wood. He had 21 picks and he had 21 touchdowns, and he's middle of the road. He's also a young QB. He's 23. Y'all just everybody wants to box everybody. And I get he doesn't look sexy out there. That's true. But that's fine. I'll go back to the semifinal, and I'll take a guy who can spin it, and I will lean into what Atlanta did, take him 8 overall because they believe in him. Michael Penix Jr., come on down. You're on Team Carm, baby.
Thanks.
All right.
Michael Penix Jr. has requested a trade from Team Carm.
Wow. It's messed up.
You're not going anywhere, Penix.
He's stuck here forever. Let's move this along here. I'm not gonna go the rookies yet, or some of the rookies. I'm gonna go Geno Smith here the good old Shane Waldron resurrected his career last season. You saw what he can do with a bunch of talented weapons around him. Throws a good ball. Doesn't provide too much of that dual threat capability, but big time throw percentage went from 5.4% to 6%, and reduces turnover-worthy plays from 4.2 to 3.5, according to Pro Football Focus. So bring on the Geno Smith.
Okay.
No way we're making it to 32 without Page getting drafted. Just to put that out there. Guys getting in here. Keep going.
Mark, you're going to be the one.
I am probably going to be the one, but we'll see if Hoge has some brilliance to him. Or are you, Nick? Go ahead.
What?
All right.
Tyson Page was 44th last year in the NFL in yards. Take that.
Oh, he only played 4 games.
This is a really hard one for me. I'm debating who do you think are the two guys I'm debating in my head?
Bryce Young,
Yes.
and you have JJ.
I already drafted JJ.
Oh, you did. Sorry. Oh, no.
Yeah.
Get out the stick.
Deshaun Watson.
There will be no drafting.
Will Levis?
Aaron Rodgers.
How
many more quarterbacks can we name?
Number 1 in our hearts. Number 2 on the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Justin.
Wow.
versus
Because I'm
Bryce.
honestly thinking of this. Would you rather have Bryce Young or Justin Fields?
Bryce Young.
I mean, I think the NFL told you what Justin Fields is.
I mean,
I'm not out on Bryce Young yet. No way. Can't be.
I don't know.
So this
you
is
can make
where-
an argument. You can make an argument. Go ahead.
But yeah.
this is where
Lean into Justin, Biddy. He's going to see the field in Pittsburgh like he never saw it in Chicago.
shit up.
See, here's where the criteria, though, I will admit, is even a little bit murky. Because if I'm in Carolina, I'm taking neither. I don't think either of them are going to have success.
You got to pay Justin next year, by the way.
But if I'm
Buddy.
redrafting Bryce Young into a different situation,
Exactly.
that I'm going to actually build around him and give him weapons,
Imagine if he was like the 49ers.
then I am taking Bryce Young. So I think that's going to be my pick. Because my doubts about Bryce Young right now are some of the same doubts I had a year ago, which was his size. And that's all. Obviously, that hasn't changed. He hasn't had a growth spurt. But I still believe in him to distribute the football and see the field and make good decisions.
Mm-hmm.
I just think he's in a horrible situation there in Carolina. So that's why I had him where I did in my rankings last week among first and second year players or quarterbacks, all the way down to number 7. But I think in this situation, I'm still going Bryce Young. That's right. I am representing the young quarterbacks all of a sudden.
You are.
That's the point of this. I'm not
yeah.
taking Aaron Rodgers.
Well, what about the 28-year-old who
You just heard of for the first time.
Oh, no. Everyone's heard about this man.
No, everybody knows this dude. Too many people know this dude. I don't know if I can take him. I can't.
Especially massage therapists around the world.
I mean, is he ever going to get back to what he was?
I don't. Yeah.
Like, he's
massive contract.
It's been like 4 years.
Joe
Flacco outplayed this man.
in 2020, he threw 33 touchdowns, had 7 interceptions, and was living the life that we needed to not know about, but found out about.
Mahomes from that draft.
And then he's just been dog shit for back-to-back seasons.
Dog shit.
And he's getting paid a lot of money. I don't think I can do it. I'm talking myself out of it. But we're in that range if I'm going to bet on talent.
Someone should go back and time each one of Carm's picks to see how long it took.
We should do that because you will be proven that my time frame was normal.
Someone said you're like the Vikings from years back where you have to forfeit a pick.
Actually, I'll do it. Let's go, Deshaun Watson. I'm taking you, buddy. You are going to find the fountain of youth. You are going to find a level of integrity that you didn't have in the past, and you are going to move forward with Team Carm. Come on down, pal. I'm betting on you at 28. Let's go. It's either you or Tommy DeVito.
Oh, no. We're not in that range yet. We were just
Bailey
talking.
Zappi.
Oh, not Bailey Zappi.
Aiden O'Connell.
Get him out of here.
Clayton says Hoge, it's after 1. Thank you, Clayton. I'm well aware. I realized
How is it
4
after
minutes.
1?
Yeah,
Wow.
this exercise is
Because
going
you're taking
by
8 minutes on
slowly.
every pick.
Looks like that 1:30 train's not in your future, buddy. Although you drove today.
We're just gonna do it. We're gonna take Justin Fields here, and
I don't hate it.
I don't love it. I don't hate it. You also got to pay him, but new situation. You're drafting a guy. Maybe you do it right this time, and you see Justin Fields play completely different. I have no idea, but Justin Fields is a pick right here.
Yeah, I'm gonna take a guy that I debated at number 22 as well. We're at 25 now, and I just still love this guy's competitive fire. He's loves the game of football. There's no question about it. Great progressive commercials that should come back. I think he's earned the opportunity to bring those back, and should, because he's revitalized his career. So I'm going to go Baker Mayfield here at 25. Still young.
29 years old at 25 for Baker. I like it. In fact,
you took Jared Goff at 12. Baker Mayfield at 25. Is there really that big of a difference?
no, I like the pick. I like Baker.
Baker. You can root for Baker.
Baker's
a Baker.
Baker's a leader. Baker's a competitor.
He be cooking.
At this point in the draft is a fair pick. But it is time at 27 to take. Yeah, that's right. Lob it in there. The guy looked so freaking good at OTAs the other day. Was absolutely dominant the way he was doing his pitch and then running as far as he possibly could to fully simulate the play. I think he's barely scratched the surface of what he's going to be in the right situation. I think he will take off. Luke Getsy wanted to keep him as the starting quarterback last year and was told no, supposedly. Tyson Bagent, come on down, buddy. If I sang a song for you, and I'm going to sing the song right now, give me Secret Bagent, man, and wherever we are in this 32 draft.
Woo! Wow. All right.
Can I see the list again?
Yeah,
Steven?
I want to see the list. I need to take.
Mainly because somewhere in here I missed a guy.
He's been taken already.
Oh, it was Anthony Richardson at 16.
I took him a while back.
I've been saying the wrong numbers because I was off by one. So that was Tyson Bagent at 27. Good, that saves us because I was running out of.
I don't know where to kind of go here. I guess we're going Will Levis.
Oh,
that after Bagent, we'll see him in Week 1 at Soldier Field. He finished the season with 16 big time throws and 14 turnover worthy plays, with only 2 games where he earned a passing grade above 70, according to PFF. Will Levis, after the Tyson Bagent.
I've never heard anyone more thrilled about a pick than you just Will Levis. I don't know.
Whole mayonnaise in the coffee thing is fake, so don't knock him for that.
Dr. Truth, Bagent over Rodgers, that's unique, but we knew it was coming, my guy.
He's 40, man.
One season of Rodgers to try to win a Super Bowl versus, a 10-year career of a potential shot at a dynasty with Bagent. Dr. Truth, what are we even talking about? We're not taking Aaron Rodgers.
Do we want like a best available here?
Hoge's
I know my pick.
Okay.
Mine's going to be Derek Carr.
So enthusiastic.
I can't believe.
That's amazing. Derek Carr is going to be 30. He's 33 years old. I love you. That's so amazing. You literally walked off the set when I tried to sing his praises. Now you're taking him. That's beautiful.
Yeah. Well, it was 4 picks after Justin Fields was selected, so I think that settles the debate that I was right.
Yeah, okay. That made sense. Would you rather have down the stretch? Derek Carr, show, walks off. 1,000% right. Okay.
You won that one. I agree.
Thank you.
Pick Carr. So many great options.
I'm taking my guy. I've wanted him here. I still want him here. I someday he'll be here as the great backup, and that is Gardner Minshew. Me and Nico are on the same run. Gardner, you're my guy. You're gonna crush it this year for Z-Raiders. Let's go, Gardner Minshew, baby.
Steven, whenever it's convenient, can I see the list from last week again?
As you're pulling that up, Steve, I'm just gonna make this pick. Come on down, Daniel Jones. Yeah. Got to see him run all over the Bears in MetLife. That was a fun game to be at. Daniel Jones. He's ranked 29 on Tier 7, the holdovers here. And I think, where did we're close to that 29 mark here as we're picking the final quarterbacks of this draft. But Daniel Jones.
Ah, man, I really don't want to have to make this last pick.
Do I have to make another pick or am I?
You're done.
Dang,
This is the last. We're on 32 right
This
now.
is the last one.
Oh, this
I
is it.
believe. So I got to close this thing out.
You can do it. Go Peterman.
Don't go Peterman.
Well, it's putting me in a position where I hated putting this guy in my top 10 of the first and second year
Stidham.
players last year or last week. So I don't think I'm going to do that.
Who is this guy? Who are you talking about?
But I think I'm in a debate here between Bo Nix and Russell Wilson. And
You're taking both.
folding my franchise is the next option. I mean, what do I do here?
Man, how old is Russ now? Russell. How old are you, Russell? Can you still cook? Probably not.
See, I don't think Russell Wilson's been the same ever since he tore that UCL in his thumb. Like, to me, he's just – and that was back in Seattle, his last year there.
I think he's kind of checked out a little bit.
35 years old, Russell Wilson. The Bo Nix hype.
Did you know that in 2018, when Josh Allen was a rookie, Nathan Peterman started the first game of the season and lost 47-3 to the Ravens? You could have Peterman right now. He had 33 yards and no first downs.
The Bears whooped Peterman's ass when they played him, too, in Buffalo.
Yeah.
Did you know that in his third NFL start, Nathan Peterman went 5 for 18 for 24 yards and 2 interceptions?
I did not know.
Bet you didn't know that.
All right.
Peterman's a great man, and he's had a great career, and I'd kill to be Nathan Peterman, for the record.
Oh, yeah. No one. Cousins?
Yeah, that's where I'm going.
Squeeze out a Cousins.
Well, Cousins is the right answer over
Shit,
Russell
I should have.
Wilson.
Yeah,
Or-
I would have taken Cousins, actually.
Yeah. Cousins is the right answer over Russell Wilson and Bo Nix / Penix or Mitchell Trubisky, as Bo Chanton points out in the chat. Still available? Mitch?
Mitch? Anybody? Mitch?
No.
Yeah, I would have taken Kirk over Will Levis and also
I mean,
Daniel Jones.
I mean, I should probably.
Yeah,
I'm okay with my Derek Carr pick over Kirk Cousins still.
I mean, I thought that I had the best draft if we're just recapping the show here. I mean, the brilliance of leaning into CJ, the solidness of Herbert.
But I took Caleb Williams, so I win.
That was a good job by you.
Mm-hmm. So I got
forget about the fact that Hoge took Love at Jordan to Love at number 8. That sucked. I'm gonna go back and watch that part of the show when I go home.
So I'm looking at, like, the top guys that we left off here. It was Bo Nix, Aaron Rodgers,
Thank you.
Dude's 40.
Russell Wilson,
Right.
Sam Howell.
Howell was that
Carm
was a
tried to
mistake.
draft him at 10.
That was a mistake. Howell should have been on there. I should have taken
No,
him.
it's not. What is this Sam Howell thing?
He could fit
He's
in
a-
that back. He can fit in that back.
Okay.
end.
He's a
He could
backup
fit
who
there.
just got let.
I picked Tyson Bagent over Sam Howell. That's not.
Yeah, see, there's like he could fit
The
somewhere in
NFL
the bottom.
would not do that. Just so you know, they wouldn't. And I don't know if the NFL would take Fields
All
over
right.
him either. For the record,
That's true.
If I had to see where we leave that up there, Steven, what are we gonna get killed on the most on here on the social medias? I'm gonna
Depends
say
what fan base you're talking to, I think. Because
Yeah.
I mean, Jared Goff.
there's no way that Minshew. I can poke holes all over Bagent. Minshew should have gone.
Don't you
ahead
think
and tossed him.
Prescott should be higher?
Yeah, I mean, again, I wasn't picking him.
Great pick by Prescott by me. Thank
I
you.
wasn't doing it.
I think Jalen Hurts should be higher, too. Like, leaving him out of the
Yeah.
top 10 is, like, criminal, in my opinion.
Well, I wouldn't have done that. I probably put Hurts.
Over Lawrence.
I'm okay with our top 8. I think at 9 I would have gone Hurts. 10 I would have gone Dak.
Purdy was a reach, but he's
So I'm gonna say
again,
the
24 years old, man.
which means I screwed up at 14. I should have taken Dak over Drake May. I'm okay with that, though. Still think there's an argument to be like, I don't know. The Cowboys are like there's that constantly a discussion in Texas about
Dak.
what
yeah,
to do
whether-
with Dak. He's going to the
exactly.
last year of his contract for a reason. Like, I'm not sure he's much different than Tua at this point in terms of where they're at
I mean, the Packers.
He's going to command a
his
huge
ass.
contract as well now.
Yeah.
That's where we're at.
And the Packers destroyed Dak Prescott and the Cowboys. And it wasn't even close. Like, if you compare those two quarterbacks, like, Jordan Love was far better than Dak Prescott in that game. I don't know. That just it kind of tells you what Dak has done. He puts up stats, but postseason, nada.
Good exercise. I liked it.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure we'll get killed for a couple things in there, but I think the major takeaways, though, are the Bears are in decent shape. Mm-hmm. Because I don't think there was a lot of homerism in where we ended up with Calebb Williams. In fact, we got people in the comments saying he should be in the top 5. I think we got that right with where he is. And then I think the other thing that people are going to quibble with, whatever they get mad at us about, but it's kind of the point. Like, especially once you're out of the top 10, there's a lot of riskiness and a lot of bad.
Yep.
And those last 10 picks were tough.
God. Pulling teeth.
So, okay.
Fun exercise.
Tariq Cohen got signed by the Jets.
Oh, yeah, that was in our rundown.
I really hope that Tariq makes it. You can make it, Tariq. Never say die. And if you pretty soon Greg Braggs will have you in the Hall of Fame. Braggs tonight. Yeah. I don't know where that came from. It was some level of Devin Hester something there that made no sense.
That's how those new rules impact what players are, trying to get a last attempt, like Tariq Cohen.
Gregory, carry the torch tonight. We're counting on you. Nagy, I know you wanted us to talk more Tariq. We apologize, but we got him in there for you.
Yeah, Tariq Cohen, I mean, obviously it'd be awesome to see him make it back in the league. I do think this is the opportunity with, that return spot with the new rules, but it seems like it's an uphill battle. But Tariq Cohen's definitely somebody you want to root for, so he's getting a new opportunity with the New York Jets. Again, check out Braggs tonight, 5:45, Bears After Dark. Special remote show from Real Time Sports in Elk Grove Village. Leading into the CHGO Cubs watch party, which is going on. So if you're a Cubs fan and you're a Bears fan, especially if you're a Braggs fan, get your ass to Real Time Sports tonight.
Everyone's a Braggs fan. One microphone. Can't wait.
Real quick, going to run through some super chats here. Almost forgot about them. Alex Amerling, $2. Hard to rank rookies, in my opinion. I agree. I mean, I haven't seen them throw a pass yet.
Yeah.
It's
that's why we're doing this.
Exactly.
That's the whole point of the exercise is with what what you think these rookies are going to be, and knowing that they're on a rookie contract. Where would you slot them in?
Chubbs82, $5. I didn't say he sucks. This is in regard to Mahomes. I said Joe Burrow was better because he could actually throw accurate deep balls.
Way to fight back, Chubbs.
Forgot about Tyreek Hill, I guess. $20 from Chubbs again. So let me get this straight. Purdy is a system quarterback play, led the league in rating completion percentage in the league in yards per attempt, but Mahomes is throwing 2-yard passes for 50 yards, isn't benefiting from a system.
Dude, I don't think you can ask anybody in the world who you're going to rather take, Patrick Mahomes or Brock Purdy, and it's not even a question.
Yeah, but Chubbs' point is that Mahomes is playing with a lot of talent, playing for Andy Reid.
He did last year, and he won a Super Bowl.
We just did this for 20 years with Tom Brady. We're not. I'm not doing this again. I refuse.
Hoge's drawing the line on you, Chubbs.
Patrick Mahomes is the GOAT.
Every good quarterback is also a system quarterback in a good situation with good coaching and weapons around them. That's why they win. That's how football works.
Why would you want to do it any other way? Why would you not want to build a team, have a good system, and then make it harder for your players? It doesn't make any sense.
And Chubbs, take the system out of it. How about the eye test? Do you not watch Patrick Mahomes and think that dude's ridiculous? I don't know how you could have it. I don't know how you could think anything else.
Chubbs82, $5. Also, Smith was an All-Pro before Mahomes in the same system. That's Alex Smith.
Chubbs.
How many Super Bowls did Alex Smith win?
$2 more from Chubbs. Rename this
by the way,
list most
Chubbs,
marketed.
Again, I love you. You just made our point for us. Thank you.
Last super chat here from Big Cram, $10. When are you guys gonna rank the regular super chatters? And speaking of super chatters, where the fuck is the Duke?
Yeah,
I was thinking about that the other
Duke's
day.
an in-season guy.
That's true.
He shows up in big moments. Wasn't he there at the draft party?
He was, and
In person?
Not in person.
Oh,
Didn't he super chat in the draft night?
He did.
Yeah.
I thought he was secretly there, and I didn't know.
Well, he might have been.
Could be.
It was a big one, and it's true. You were thinking about the Duke, and I did have a deep Duke thought, either on the train this morning or last night in my dreams. I can't remember, but it was recent.
Okay.
Deep Duke.
Deep Duke.
And in the bathroom?
Big Duke later today. Deep Duke was last night or on the train. We love you, Duke. We miss you.
What are you talking about?
Deep
We're talking
Duke
about the Duke.
thoughts
Okay.
and Big Dukes.
Do you have the diehards to thank today?
No.
Oh, okay.
If I do, I don't know that I do, and I will tomorrow.
Okay. All right. Are we done here?
I think so.
Become a diehard.
Read the content that just came out. Part 2 of Keenan Allen. Get it when you become a diehard. Let's go.
Go visit Greg tonight. He loves you. He wants you to be there. Real-time sports in Elk Grove Village. Going to be a lot of fun. Plus,
Apparently, Trey Tunes is going to be there. Brad's coming to my karaoke set when you were done.
love it.
I think that means he's going to be there or he's going to be somewhere close to there.
Back tomorrow with another show. Friday, special time after Bears OTAs. We will have another OTA recap practice show for you coming up on Friday. That's what's going on here on CHGO Bears the rest of the week. Don't go anywhere. Please hit the like button. Please hit subscribe. Please send the show off to a Bears fan that you know and love. We greatly appreciate you, and we'll see you again tomorrow.
We all silly like the mayor.